Hey, hope you guys doing well. It's Patrick Allaire here. I'm here with,
Denzel, how's it going, guys?
and here at Denzel's newest project that's just getting wrapped up. So maybe you tell us a little bit about this deal.
Yeah, so we picked up this deal on the MLS, and we picked it up for 225. We picked it up May 1st, and today is July 16th, and we're just wrapping up, and we've already got this one refinanced.
Nice. So let's go inside and check it out.
Yeah, so this is just the front entrance of the home. Basically what we did here is we simply just painted the walls, painted the ceilings, just gave it a quick coat of paint, and we put in some pot lights. Pot lights obviously give the feeling of luxury in the home. So on a lot of my deals, if I have the opportunity to put pot lights, I definitely will. As you can see with the floors, these lighter kind of like imitation white oak LVPs do really well. Just with tenants, a lot of people like the look of them, and it makes the space just look a lot bigger and brighter. And then as you can see on what I did with the railing, just like the black tones of the house. Yeah.
Cool. Let's check out the kitchen.
Yeah.
So now we're standing in Denzel's kitchen here. So yeah, what did you do in this kitchen?
So prior to what it looks like right now, we had laminate counters. The cabinets were old, and they kind of had that old wood look. In a lot of my properties, when I have the chance to remodel a kitchen and really make it pop, because that's what's really going to 10x your returns, I put a lot of quartz. I do quartz countertops, brand new cabinets, shaker style with the black handles. Stainless steel appliances, and yeah, and we actually tried something new today, or not today, but just in general, we went with like a hexagonal tile backsplash, and then of course we changed all the plugs to Decora. And when I can too, I'll also throw in a nice deep double sink, and I like to have the black accents in the properties, again, just because of its, I guess, how neutral it is. And yeah, this is from Amazon. You get some great deals on Amazon. I think I paid like $50 for this, and it still is in pretty good shape, and it looks sharp. So yeah.
All right. So now we're in the living room here, and yeah, what did you renovate here?
Again, like we just went with white paint on the walls, retouched up the ceilings, and we put pot lights. And as you can see, one thing that I pay a little bit more attention to when I'm buying properties or when I'm looking at them is the layout. As you can see, this living room is massive, and it just really flows nice in here. You know, you walk through the front door, you see the kitchen, you see the living room, and it's just a proper layout. And yeah, and I think it's just because I use all white walls, white baseboards, and the floors, it just makes this space look so much bigger. I think there's a little bit of an echo too. That's how big it is. And in the front, we're still gonna change that window out. So there's still some things that need to be done here. But for the most part, all the heavy lifting is done.
Nice. And with these projects, what are some of the challenges you ran into, especially with this one?
Oh man. Yeah, so when we first started off, you know, on the ad or for the listing, it said that the house had all new electrical. But when my electrician opened up some of the walls, he found that it looked like a lot of the electrical that was done was actually either done by somebody who wasn't, who didn't have like their red seal maybe, or didn't pull any permits. And it was just a huge mess. So obviously in real estate, you can't account for those things that you don't see. So that was a little bit of a struggle, obviously. And then, you know, just typical waiting for things when it comes to the construction and stuff like that. Just because of COVID, it takes a little bit longer for things to get in.
Yeah. COVID's been a big struggle with real estate investors.
Yeah,
to say the least. Alrighty, so now we're in your washroom, and tell us a little bit what you did here.
Yeah, so in the washroom, we didn't really know what to do. So what we did is we simply just kept things where they were, but we just put a little bit more high-end finishes. As you can see, we did like a tile backsplash here with the subway tile and the charcoal grout. We're missing some casing here. Again, sorry. We're close to finishing this up. And I usually go in all my properties too. I'll put the black accents for the trim kit for the shower. And then over here we have just the quartz countertops, and we actually went ahead and did a double vanity sink, and the tenants that are renting this place absolutely love it. So yeah, it worked out really nice. And these are custom cabinets that we have from our Connect for kitchens. And yeah.
That looks sharp. Alrighty, so now we're in one of the bedrooms, and yeah, explain what we worked on here.
Yeah, so for the bedrooms, you know, there's not really much that you can do to really make a bedroom pop. But again, throughout the house, you'll notice that we have a lot of the black accents. So just with the lights and the doorknobs and stuff like that are black, and the grates are black. And yeah, you know, when it comes to the bedrooms, what you really want is just to make things look clean, especially when you're showing the homes, whether, I mean, if it's a flip or if it's for a rental, you just want the space to look clean so that the tenant can sort of see themselves living in the space, right? And so for this one, just repainted the baseboards, new flooring, and then just changed some of the outlets to the Decora style plugs and switches.
Nice, yeah, looks clean. Alrighty, so now we're at the back, and what did we work on here?
Yeah, so luckily this place actually came with a nice little deck, which is a nice feature for the tenant. And this garage that you see behind us was actually a lot more decrepit than what you see right now. We're not going to go inside because the concrete's a little not the greatest, but there was a lot of things happening with this garage, and we spent some money to just kind of restore it just because of how expensive lumber is right now. It didn't make sense just with the budget that we had to completely demolish it and then put up a new garage. Yeah, so we restored that, and outside of what you see here, we didn't really do much.
So now that we're done looking at the home, how much did you actually purchase, and then how much did you renovate in this home?
So we bought this house for $225,000, and we spent $40,000 on the renovation. Yeah, this is pretty average for sort of what we do.
Sweet. And then, so you have to get an appraisal for this, and how much did that come in?
So the appraisal came back at $340,000, so which ultimately means we were able to lift the value of this property by 115 grand.
Nice. And since you're doing the BRRR strategy, which is the buy, renovate, rent, and refinance, how much are you actually pulling out after the refinance, after you've paid off all the investors and all the renovation money?
So just by kind of squaring up the mortgage after the refinance, we'll be able to pull out $92,000 after the refinance is completed and once the funds are deposited into the account. Obviously you have to factor in for just the renovation budget, so you would shave off 40 grand for that. And you know, we are getting some favorable terms from our investors, which we are very thankful for. And you know, we're pretty much going to be walking away from this thing with about 50K.
Nice.
Yeah.
50K, and you keep the house.
And we keep the house, yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And I guess last question here is like, how long does a project like this take you?
The project timelines kind of vary from project to project. Luckily in this case, it didn't require a full rewire. We didn't have to gut it right to the studs. It was more so one of those situations where we simply just needed to do some cosmetic renovations and kind of just change and remodel the kitchen and the bathroom. Yeah.
Well, yeah, thanks for showing us the project, and we're actually going to be coming out with a podcast very soon, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be called Landlord Society, and you'll get a little bit of behind the scenes of what it means to be a good landlord. Don't be a slumlord. It doesn't pay that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I fucked up that
That's
one.
so good, buddy.